You're watching When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong.
I was gonna rip his heart out, I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror, no, I'm Alexander, he's no Alexander. I'm the best ever.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to hit y'all another video. Hope y'all are having a very great day. Hope y'all had a very great weekend also. My day is going absolutely marvelous. Big shout out to all the channel members, all the subscribers of the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story regarding Mike Tyson and also the guy that he put the PAWS on. And yes, and one thing that you should know about flying on an airplane, number one, you must be respectful. You must respect other people's boundaries. Not true. Sometimes on these flights, you be bunched up next to each other. But I understand when you see people that you once idolized, that you are fans of, you know. But at the same time, you must remember also that these individuals are human. And certain individuals will put something on your ASS, what we call it. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing to do is to be respectful. But what happened when you meet somebody and then they become disrespectful while you trying to stay cool and keep your, composure or whatnot? So this guy who go by the name of Melvin Townsend III, yes, they got all the info out on him. You know what I'm saying? And this is the first time I ever seen a guy get his butt whooped. And then guess what? Everybody in the media starts dragging him. Now, when I first seen the video, it showed just a little bit. It didn't show the whole video at first because it seemed like to me that TMZ, of course, yes, since they the one broke the story, they were trying to make Mike Tyson out to be the villain, just like they used to do back in the day. And we already know what happened back in 95 or whatnot with him and Miss Desiree Washington and whatnot. We're not going to bring up anything about then. But one thing I will say is that it's a good thing to see that, the whole public perception of Mike Tyson has changed. Because if this was the old Mike Tyson in the 90s, chances are they would have drugged him. But you had a guy, Melvin Townsend III, approached Mike Tyson and started antagonizing the guy, basically agitating him. Instead of just coming up being respectful, like, hey, I'm a big fan of yours or whatnot, shaking his hand or whatnot, or just tell him, look, I appreciate what you've done for the sport of boxing, being a huge fan ever since I was a child, and just left it at that. But you cannot stand behind a man and then antagonize a man. And then they said that the guy Melvin Townsend III, yes, had nerve enough to throw a water bottle at Mike Tyson. Now look, like I say, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I am far from the dumbest. And one thing you do not do is poke the bear. You feel me? Do not poke the bear unless you're ready to get your butt toe out the frame. So upon Melvin Townsend III throwing a water bottle at Mike Tyson, that's when Mike Tyson jumped up and gave his ass a 20-piece with a damn biscuit. You feel what I'm saying? And I was just sitting back just clutching my chin like, oh my goodness, somebody stop him. But who in the hell gonna stop Mike Tyson? And one thing I'm gonna say is this. See, y'all expected me to say something bad about Mike Tyson, but I ain't got nothing bad to say about Mike Tyson. Like Heavy D once said, I got nothing but love for you, baby. You feel me? I am not gonna say a damn thing about Mike Tyson because every year around August and September, YouTube has a convention in California where all the YouTubers go and whatnot. And true, sometimes, well, most of the time you have to be invited. Now, I'll be invited every year, so I'm sure they invited Mike Tyson also because he is, he's an international celebrity. So I'll be damned if I go to California to the YouTube convention and talk mess about Mike Tyson and then run up on Mike Tyson at the convention. You all are not about to get my butt tore out the frame. What the hell am I going to tell Mike Tyson? He run up on me. Trey, with all that shit you been talking, Trey, you think I'm going to sit up there and try to fight Mike Tyson? Hell no. Look how light-skinned I am. I'm going to be looking like the color of the LGBT flag in the face. Red, white, blue, pink, and purple. Anyway, I'm going to read a quick snippet from this story, and I am going to give my opinion. All of it. Surely, as we go, Mike Tyson punched man for allegedly harassing him, and the man has a long rap sheet, says the state records, not the Trey King Show. Because one thing about the Trey King Show, you know what I'm saying, that separates us from the rest is that we don't lie on people, we don't speculate, we speak number what? Fat facts all day, every day, like my people in St. Louis say. Now, the man, Mike Tyson, was filmed striking on an airplane, has a criminal convictions going back to 2008, according to the state of Florida, says the state records. And damn, it's a crying damn shame when you get your butt whooped and then they start bringing out your criminal history, not the person who whooped your ass, you know what I'm saying? Not the person who was seen beating you up, But the fact that you got your butt whooped so bad, and did you see how sad he looked when he took that L? Oh my God. Oh my God. My heart went out to Melvin Townsend III that day. Oh my God. Now anyway, Melvin Townsend III has been convicted of fraud, grand theft, burglary, possession of controlled substances. We already know what that is because it looked like Melvin Townsend III get a little high, if you know what I mean. And nothing wrong with smoking a little bud, but Melvin Townsend taking it a little further. Anyway, and also trafficking in stolen property. Damn, Melvin Townsend is down with the get down. But you know what, though? I thought that was very ironic because it's amazing that they didn't bring up Mike Tyson rap sheet. Just think how times have changed. You remember how they used to drag Mike Tyson in the damn 90s? Come on. Even in the early 2000s, not until the late, like around 2010-ish or whatnot, they started changing the public perception of Mike Tyson. Because as people can tell you, for those who remember, they used to drag the hell out of Mike Tyson no matter what. But I'm going to tell you this right here also. I mean, evidently, Melvin Townsend was a fan, but he wasn't a huge fan because us huge fan, because I'm a fan of Mike Tyson also, because ain't nothing like seeing somebody whoop somebody else's ass and get paid for it. You feel what I'm saying? Hell, I wanted to be a boxer, but guess what though? It wasn't for me. God told me to be still. But anyway, anytime you see a man wrestling a tiger in his boxer draws, that's the wrong man to mess with. You know what I'm saying? Like they got pictures of guys in Africa training hyenas and wrestling hyena. Do you know how big a hyena is? And no, I'm not talking about them damn hyenas off the Lion King. We ain't talking about them. We talking about real ass hyenas who will eat you from the rooter to the tutor. Now, back to what I was saying. If you see a guy and he's taking pictures and he has pets and those pets are tigers and he's in his draws playing with them, chances are that man don't have too much fear and you don't want to mess with him, says Mike Tyson. Anyway, the 36-year-old was incarcerated for 20 months in 2009 and again in 2019 for 15 months. Yes, they got all his damn criminal record. They go to show you the people love Mike Tyson. And you know what? And it's good to see Mike Tyson still around because damn, we done lost enough damn legend. We done lost Whitney Houston. We done lost Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? That Billie Jean. We done lost Prince, Purple Rain, Doves Cry, you know what I'm saying? We done lost a lot of people. James Brown, Aretha Franklin. Damn. But at least we still got Michael Jordan. And also we got Mike Tyson. Now, Tyson was filmed striking Townsend on a JetBlue flight from San Francisco to Miami last Thursday. The man and his companion were reportedly harassing Tyson for several minutes prior to the incident. And that's exactly what the news, certain media outlets did not say at first, because they were trying to make it seem like Mike Tyson just jumped on this guy, like this guy approached Mike Tyson, basically asking for an autograph or whatnot, or walking up to him saying that he was a big fan. They tried to make it seem like at first, that Mike Tyson was the aggressor until other video footage showed out that contradicted that. So they had to change the whole story around and tell the truth. You basically, you know what I'm saying? Now, anyway, police have not pressed charges related to the incident, and the man's lawyer, Matt Morgan. Now, Matt Morgan has a lot to say. He argues that Tyson should have contacted a flight attendant. So let me ask you this right here for those who flew. Now, I flew 4 times and damn near crashed the last time. And thank you, Lord, that we did not crash. I'm going to tell you this right here. The safest jets to get on with it, really none of them safe. But I want to ask this question also right here. You know what I'm saying? While we talking about airplanes and whatnot and flying. I mean, if a car has airbags and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Why don't a plane give you parachutes when you go fly? Think about that. Now, look, a light bulb went off on a lot of people's head. I hope I'm talking to a damn pilot right now. You need to make it where people have parachutes. Because, look, I don't want to go in something and then it's a slight chance that I might not make it out of. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe I am crazy. Maybe I'm just overly protective of my life because I only have one. But what sense does a vehicle has having an airbag, but when you fly, it's nothing to protect you? At least give me a damn chance. Give me a damn parachute. Maybe that might be something they need to do. Anyway, now, this is what Matt Morgan had to say. He says this. At first, their interaction was cordial. With nothing cordial about somebody playing behind your head. Have you ever had somebody play behind your head? Me, no, because I am not like that. I'm going to slap the dog. Let me hush. Anyway, now Morgan also said, at a certain point, Mr. Tyson became agitated by an overly excited fan and began to strike him. No, that's not what happened. But we know lawyers are paid to play the devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? Just like that movie with Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves. We already know that the lawyers are paid to lie, but the cameras don't lie. You know what I'm saying? 2 things that don't lie is cameras and the numbers. Anyway, So for the lawyer to sit up here and say that Tyson became overly aggressive or whatnot, but you failed to mention that your client was standing behind Mike Tyson, clowning him for minutes, him and his companion, and then you also failed to mention that your client threw something on Mike Tyson, and that's what prompted Mike Tyson to get up and put his foot deep in your client's ass. We have to tell the truth and shame the devil. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to tell it all or save it all. Now, anyway, the lawyer also said this right here. This situation could have been avoided simply by contacting a flight attendant. So we back to the flight attendant. So I'm going to say this also. If the flight attendant was where she's supposed to be, and chances are she would have heard and seen this commotion. Because as you all can see, they was not quiet or whatnot. And when I say they, I'm talking about Melvin Townsend and also his companion. They were not quiet at all. So where was the flight attendant, and why did they not hear this commotion? Why do Mike Tyson have to get up out his seat and then go tell the flight attendant like he's snitching? You must forget who you're talking about. And true, we're not saying Mike Tyson is some special individual, but come on now. You're talking about a man who got paid to whoop other grown man ass. Now look, some of y'all can barely whoop somebody's ass. That's 100 pounds. That's out of shape. Now imagine trying to whoop somebody's ass who's 250 pounds in shape. Have you ever seen how big Lennox Lewis is? Evander Holyfield? And true, Lennox Lewis beat him. We know that. Evander Holyfield beat him. But what I'm trying to say, these guys are titans. So what the hell do you look like running up on Mike Tyson trying to play with him like that? You know what I'm saying? So chances are, Mr. Matt Morgan, Melvin Townsend lawyer, your client was high and out his mind. And this is what happened. When you play stupid games, you're going to win what? Somebody said, yes, a stupid prize. Anyway, let's close. Now, Matt Morgan, he said this once again in closing. The situation could have been avoided by contacting a flight attendant, says the lawyer. To state the obvious, as one of the greatest fighters in the world and of all time, Mike Tyson should have known not to use his hands on an overly excited fan. True, he should have known, but at the same time, we are talking about Mike Tyson. But I will say this. It's good that Mike Tyson did not break your client's face. It's good that Mike Tyson did not knock your client out and then drag him off the damn plane. So I'm going to leave you all with this right here. The moral of the story, the lesson for the day is respect other people. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a song down south, respect my mind and get your brains knocked out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't telling y'all to knock nobody's brains out, but I'm trying to say respect people. You know what I'm saying? Give respect. In order to get respect, give respect. You see what I'm saying? But one thing you do not do is run up on a professional fighter and think that you have any kind of chance of fighting back. And true, Melvin Townsend knew he didn't have a chance to fight back. But one thing about it, though, right here, it's good to see that the public is not trying to drag Mike Tyson, because if this was 20 years ago or 25 years ago, it would be a whole different story. But the fact that this guy got his ass whooped so bad and they bring out his criminal history shows you that the people still love Mike Tyson, and I do too, and you should also, because I'm not going to say a damn thing bad about Mike Tyson and then go to California to the YouTube convention and then get my ass whooped. Y'all got me hooked up. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Also, share the video with your family and friends. Until next time, you all stay blessed. You all have a great day. And if you do play a stupid game, make sure you can knuckle up. Anyway, I will see y'all soon on the next Trey King Show. And guess what? I'm out.
You're watching When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong.